Welcome to week one. This is COM 60811 Leadership in Global Strategic Communication. Week one, we're going to be discussing theories and concepts. My weekly videos that I'll be posting will typically be between 5 and 10 minutes long. I like to keep them relatively short because I realize you have a lot of reading and discussion board posts and things to do. So I don't want to take up too much of your time, although I will be actively engaged in the classroom throughout the week. So for this week, we're going to be talking about different theories and concepts. You're going to be reading from the Thomas Friedman book, The World is Flat. Uh, I think you're going to be reading chapter 1 and 2, and you'll also be reading chapter 1 and 2 from Hackman and Johnson, your Hackman and Johnson textbook. So when you're reading through some of the different leadership theories, what I want you to be thinking about is how these theories relate to you and your workplace. Everybody has a different definition of leadership, although there are definitions out there. One of the questions I'll be posing this week is, what is your definition on leadership? What is your theory on leadership? What do you know and what do you believe about leadership? And again, since this is a global strategic communication course, again, we're going to be looking at things from the global perspective. When we get into some of the articles, I've asked you for a discussion board for week one to find an article or a video related to any of the topics this week. That's pretty wide range. You can be talking about Uber, who just has a new CEO, and you could also be talking about companies like Tesla, who Elon Musk has been in the news a lot lately with his leadership style. So anyway, I'm looking forward to some of the articles you'll be posting. So again, this course was originally designed for master students in the communications program. So I'm kind of scrapping what they have because it's really geared towards the communication aspect of it. And I'm kind of opening it up a little bit more. And because the initial class was geared towards, it was a continuous Apple phone narrative, which was geared mainly towards the communication majors. So anyway, what I want you to do this week is just find an article or a video that's relevant to any of the topics that we read about this week in your textbooks or the article or the Friedman book. What I want you to do in your initial post is I want you to provide a brief summary, because I don't want everybody to have to go read every article or watch every video, although you can. Just provide an article, a brief summary of the article or video, and then explain why it's relevant. Why is it relevant to the topics we're talking about this week, and how it relates. Think specifically about your job and your the leadership within your company, or if you are a leader, how it relates to you personally. I know what I've learned in the course of teaching several different courses is that students have a lot of experience themselves that they can bring to the table. So part of this will be providing and sharing those personal experiences that you all have with the rest of the class. Because although I have a lot of experience, I have 25 years of manufacturing experience, I have 12 years in higher education, you also have a lot of experience. So, the whole idea is to start to get you think from a different perspective. So when I say think outside the box, what I'm really challenging you to do is start looking at things from a different perspective. Again, you entered this course with your preconceived connotation of what leadership is, of what strategic communication is, but be open to the idea of looking at things from other perspectives, because that's when you truly learn and you grow as a student and as a person. So, again, I'll be following up this week asking you what your theory is on leadership, on strategic communication. And again, I've just put the definition here to help you understand that the basically is just your belief and your preposition as far as why you believe what you believe based on the facts that you know. your theory may be wrong. There's a lot of theories that have been presented that have been wrong, but I would like to understand what your theory or what your belief is about leadership. There are a ton of them out there, trust me. I've studied this my entire life. There are a lot of different theories about leadership. And the thing that's really interesting is that not all leadership styles work for everyone. So you've got to figure out what your leadership style is going to be. And in the context that the world is ever changing and we deal with a lot of different cultures, it becomes that much more challenging. So, just to get off this week, I've got a introductory discussion board where I'd like to, get to know you as a student a little bit better. This is a relatively large class. I think there's 30 students in it. Your initial post, which is the article or video, is due by Wednesday by 11:59 p.m. And then you have to do reply post, and where you need to read other students and reply to them. Your first reply post is due by Friday, and then the remaining of your reply posts are due by Sunday. I would like to have your introductory discussion board post due by Friday also. I don't want you to wait till the end of the week to introduce yourself. I think if you do that by Friday, that's fine. I realize that we do have a lot of students that are working, but again, I work late at night. I work early in the morning. So just get that posted by Friday. And again, and then your follow-up discussion board post will be due Sunday. So for the week, you have a total of 4. I also highly recommend that you look at the rubric that's posted on the discussion board post under the I think it's under the class, about the class. There is a discussion board rubric, so I'd highly recommend that you look at that. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. The best way to get in touch with me is by sending me a direct email. I know there's a forum for Ask the Class, Ask your professor, but if you really want a direct answer immediately, send me an email directly, because that's the quickest way you'll get a response from me. So first week we're getting off to a little bit just of a simple start. Next week we'll start talking about your research proposals, and I'll talk to you a little bit about that on the introduction video for week 2. So if you have any questions, let me know. I have a couple things for the wrap up. Is that my belief is that you get out of the class what you put into the class. When I was going through and doing my PhD, I took that from one of my professors, and I took it very seriously because I was there to learn and to get very well versed in the topic of global leadership. And I truly believe that I got a lot out of my classes because I put a lot into them. You can get by and do the minimum, but I'm not sure you'll get the full benefit of the course if you do that. But again, everybody has their own decision to make with that. The second thing I would say in my conclusion is be critical of what students are saying, others are saying. I want you to challenge one another, but when you do so, I want you to be positive and professional. Again, it's a good time to reflect and ask yourself why you believe what you believe. And you should be able to support what you believe with scholarly work. If not, then maybe what you believe isn't true. Or maybe it's just that's been your experience. But again, I like it when students challenge one another, but it needs to be done in a respectful and a positive manner. And you will get the same from me in return when I challenge you. So, again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I look forward to this semester, this 8 weeks. It will go by quick, but there will be a lot to do, and I'm sure we'll be talking soon. Thanks, and have a great week.